Hey everyone, I just wanted to make myself a quick little guide here on how to survive onto one of the many dangers I know of the furry fandom, the Sergals. But first I just wanted to give out a quick little notice that in Twitter I don't think I'll be as active as I don't know about it because apparently when I was adding some friends Twitter just suddenly just decided to just lock up my account and just say that, "Ooh, you can't do this until we verify your account." So what I did, changed, all that kind of stuff, repeated stuff, verification codes and all that dramatic stuff. But, they just, how might I say this? They want me they want to call me for some reason. I don't know what reason it is, if it's something simple or not, but the problem is that this thing here, the plan that I have on it, I cannot receive calls about it or any way they're possible. Because for one, it's prepaid, so the only means of communicating would be SMS. I mean, I'm not saying that you should text me or something like that. And I'm just explaining to you my reality about it, because it's not the phone itself, because despite the phone might be a high quality, low performance piece of little plastic piece of shit, but hey, it's what I got, so it's what I gotta work with it and live with it as well. But the main reason why that hold on a sec, I'll get myself a bit of a tool here to demonstrate. Do a bit of dissection of a little paper clip if I can get a single motherfucker. Slide on my fingertips and it felt good. Anyways, here we go. Just a bit of a little pinch like this. Move on to the Mega Drive cover. Yeah, I've been up since one second. I've been up since 4 a.m. in the morning, so I didn't sleep well. I've been trying to get a hold of this for, let's say, quite a bit of while, but apparently the damn thing didn't work, so what the hell can I do about it, am I right? Also, if I also need to tell you something that an iPhone S of 128 gigabytes of memory, I think? Or something around that. I almost got that one. If only the little thing that was tagged on wasn't as confused as the price. So if it was $128 for 128 gigabytes, then I would be more than happy. But hey, that didn't happen. So what the fuck can I do, am I right? The system here is complaining about no SIM card installed, right? Here, just so you can see the little golden part of it. The damn thing won't allow me to receive phone calls. So it puts me to a bit of in a more limited situation. I mean, receive calls, in a way I can receive calls, but it's a little different than the actual plan itself, the full plan. Because here's how prepaid plan works. You have to go to the store. You have to buy, let's say, those little top-up thingies so you can have some minutes to talk and whatnot. 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 hour, whatever it may be. Of course, that also costs much as well. But you might be wondering why I didn't buy that yet. Well, the thing is that for one, I don't have the time for that. I have to attend college and all that things. Things aren't looking too good for me. So there's that. And the province that I live in is one of the highly taxed ones there is around. Of course, why did I spoke about my education? Well, stressed up because even here, let's say the teacher's saying that as they claim, one of the most highest corrupted, well, not highly corrupted, but a very corrupt educational system. I can't do nothing about it. The only concern I just have is sitting down and study and just get it over with. And so you could just live myself here a better life. And I know I'm looking good, aren't I? But say that doesn't matter the most. Anyways, I'm gonna have to see what I can do about this, and hopefully as soon as possible. Because, however, there is a good and a bad thing about when something happens that let's say your Twitter account gets locked up. I did a bit of looking up into the system rules that they have. That if you get locked up, let's say you don't have a phone to speak with them. I mean, you have the time span of 6 months, half a year. If you don't get it over in time, then your account is finito. It's deleted. Then again, if you remember who are the best friends that you like that you could, maybe who knows, they might let you in again. That is, if they do not block your IP address, because then you would have no other way back in again. And why do I talk about Twitter lots? Is because, you know, Twitter. Why is my glasses so thin? Anyways, as I was saying, like, why am I talking so much about Twitter? It's simply because of the fact that well, it's one of the it's important for the work I do here on YouTube. Let's say, getting the images, getting my content not just spread towards like my Google Plus platform that I have a page on, but also on Twitter, which also leaks out to Facebook as well, and so on. And so at least I would keep more people entertained, and at least I wouldn't get known about it. If it's like if you can get the general concept of it. I know this site here, let's say it's a little bit low down, but you know, this one here is a bit of a long story. For like a recent subscriber, I might have to do a bit of another video about that soon. However, let's get right on to something that what I like to call again the survival guide for sergals. And again, it's quite simple, despite the fact of how scary they may look like. However, let's get right into it. First off, let's start off with the concept about what is a sergal. Sergals are a very strange species made by a very strange Japanese furry named Trancy Mick, or Mick39 these days. She gave a number of non-standard biological features, including huge ripping molars and sharp teeth pointed at angled snouts, breastless beasts, raptor-like posture. That's a bit of a general introductory to what a sergal is. But you can see there on the little link, Sergal, 1D 4chan. Of course, you already know what 4chan is notoriously infamous about. Apart from dark jokes and whatnot, memes and so on. Apparently, you know, the sergals, I mean, there's the General Sylves, as it's called. Rain Sylves, actually the name of a character. He got quite popular, you know, in around this region. Not the 4chan, more like the 7chan. It's less famous, but it's there. And of course, it got to the name of the hallmark of, well, how might I say? The hallmark of the furries. Well, I know it's a Hall of Fame and whatnot. But anyways, a lot of people have been making their own ever since. And the thing is that you know, there's a lot of people who do roleplay a lot, even if they do not play around, then well, don't have their own sergals, and sometimes they might play as well as an official one, well, of the main story until they can make their own. And sorry if I stutter a lot. I'm still a little tired. But yeah, of the Sergals, they're actually from from actually a story called Vilus, Vilous. It's a bit of a, I think it's a comic story. I haven't really looked too much into it. I'm more interested about the Sergals. That's something very, very interesting about it. Okay, now let's see. The Sergals, there are the northern Sergals and the southern Sergals. They're quite interesting fellas, I must say. However, let's have a look more at them. Now for starters, here we have ourselves a Sergal. It's very chibi-ish like, a very innocent like, am I right? But do not get fooled by the looks of that one. Despite it looks cute and everything, it's a very mean, nasty killer. Fuck! 1 second. I have a bit of an ingrown toenail, and it's, you know, grown into the flesh that anything I hit, it hurts like hell. But as I was saying, like, it's a nasty, mean, evil killing machine, that the Sergal. My toes are a little bit pulsating about that, but anyways, let's get ourselves like a better image about them. This one's here just for starters. Over here we have the image of the Sergal that I was talking about before, General Rain Silves. Of course, it's just showing the, let's say, the bust about it, and of course the claw markings into the wall, just scratching down, like a very bad uneducated kitty, just tearing down your curtains and whatnot. But that doesn't matter the most. I can now see I can have an idea of the ferocity of these beasts and what are they like. However, just keep in mind that each Sergal has its own way of being. However, for the now, if you're a bit of a new guy, the Sergals, as a bit of, you know, advice from a Sergal addict like me, I recommend you to avoid the more feral ones. Okay, let me see another good one. Oh, I think I saw one. This here is another Sergal, a famous one as well, known as the Boss Sergal. You can see by the looks that's another mean motherfucker you'd want to avoid as well, right? Yeah. But yeah, that's but you can very much see how have a good read in the eye of the intention of the beast. But still. Yeah, but still, I can see myself here quite a bit of a few things let's say, we can get an advantage over Sergals. But remember, new to Sergals, I think you'd want to avoid the high level ones, such as this one. Oh, what else? Let me find myself here another good one that I may continue the explanation. For these ones, you might be asking me, why are they hiding boxes? Simple. This is part of their personality. Many Sergals, they have a very psychotic personality. So, at some points, they can be quite aggressive. Sometimes they can be quite playful and quite awkward and whatnot. But hey, everything is worth it, I would say. Oh. And do you remember about the fact that Sergals that they are breastless? That's the main story. But when you add freedom of expression to it, oh, things do change quite a bit. Take a good look at this one. You see this one? Breasts. Or the chest area, as you can see. So, that's just say that, you know, Sergals do not have breasts. I mean, that's something optional that, you know, Sergal artists have questions. Some follow, some don't, whoever. That doesn't limit them to do their own art and whatnot. Now, let's see the comparison of northern sergals and southern sergals. 1 second. Yes, I still haven't got to the comparison yet, but here we have General Rain Sylphs again. Now, when you're confronted with a sergal, well, it's pretty much unwanted like this one. First rule that you should always keep is always keep eye contact, no matter what. You can move, you can do your things, but do not upset the sergal. Who knows what the sergal may do to you if it's really pissed off. However, just keep on your eyes fully in contact with the sergal's 2 eyes itself. Do not break eye contact. Sometimes the eye of a sergal can be more sensitive than other beings that you've ever met. Being so, do not upset it. And do not run, because the sergal is probably way faster than you are. Well, northern sergals should be a little bit slower, but I can't say much about the southern sergals. They're slimmer, so that means they're faster, but in a way they seem more friendlier. So I believe only being really stupid to upset a southern sergal, but we'll see about it. Also, when do you know that is the time to run from a sergal, you might be asking me. It's quite simple, actually. The looks of the beast is enough to say it all whenever you should run and whatnot. Like, for instance, this one, as you can see, it's way too high, it's way too aggressive, and probably should run and hope the sense of smell isn't as good as the eyesight, I would say. And just hope it cannot hear your heartbeats as well. Reports indicate that some sergals are actually able to hear the heartbeats of their victims, as well as, I should say, some of them can be quite poisonous too. However, before I keep on pushing any further ahead, well, actually, first off, you might as well have a good look at this one here that I just saw. Should probably know. There we go. Feels like a charm. Should probably know whenever a sergal is starting to get annoyed, like this one. So right, he's starting to, let's see, a face of more annoyed. Annoying off a sergal, if you're not experienced, would be the last thing you'd ever want to do. And they have many other different features as well that you could take a look on for yourself later on. But I won't get myself too stressed out on that as of yet. Fuck me. Anyways, the comparison between northern sergals and southern sergals. Let's have a look at them bastards, shall we? Now, let's see. For the sergals the northern sergals and southern sergals, if you want to pause it here and see it for yourself, feel free to, despite the fact that I'll be reading it myself here already. Because here we have the difference of the northern sergals and the southern sergals. We can take a look down here at the terrain, for starters, of where they live. Like, for instance, the northern sergals. They like to live in arid, cold climate, which means that snowy area. Explains also that they have more fur than the southern sergal. Either you might be questioning if that's a beard, or if it's like a double point. That's when the southern sergals, they only have one point, which is the nose. Seems to be pointier. To show the resemblance of having, let's say, hand, foot, and fluffy pointy tails and whatnot. But yeah, the body size is tightly, while the body size of the southern one is slender. But yeah, the colors, there's not much to, well, don't base too much on the colors about that, because Sergals do tend to alter from one to another. Even spots and markings as well, they tend to happen between as well. Colors as well for eyes and whatnot. So here as well for the muzzle, for the northern one we have it's thick and short. So it means like well, thick of course and short. Because mostly by the utility they have. Now for the southern sergal, we can see that their snout, their muzzle is quite long and thin, practically as well as one would say raptoral. Yeah, but let's be careful on what we say about, because some things when we say about sergals can be quite well, a bad thing to say, to be honest. Like for once, saying that calling a sergal a hairy lizard. Gotta get your skin, gotta get your flesh into a kebab. But I didn't say anything. But yeah, just here for you to get an idea of what the differences are. Also, then again, I do believe I spent more time with northern sergals than southern sergals in my time with sergals, because I can also guarantee you that sometimes sergals who are northern, they tend to be a whole lot more, well, buffer, as in muscles, and bigger, bulkier, and muscly and whatnot. Now as for the southern sergals, I can't really I can't really say too much about it, but all in its time that even we could meet ourselves some interesting sergals here and there. But yeah. Also, another difference is that I should point out that it's not showing here that you know how, let's say in sexism, just sexist shit, it's not good, but they say that man is stronger, but also woman is more smarter, right? Turns out that can apply for sergals, but not in gender. Gender that doesn't make a difference whatsoever. Says here that on the sergals that the southern sergals are smarter, while the northern sergals are stronger. Which also points out that the southern sergal could be a lot faster. Who knows? And again, judging by their body formats, it could be that. It could be that. Now, what else? Hold on, I just need to get myself, let's say, a good let's say something that I could base myself, let's say, again, interesting specimen that we could, let's say, demonstrate, let's say, a good, a little bit of their weak point that could increase their chance of survival when encountering a sergal. Oh, that, I can guarantee you, it works for me plenty of time. Just don't be foolish, because rule number one is well, for one, if you're gonna fight a sergal, then you better off be extremely dominant. But if you're not the fighting type, then you shouldn't. You I don't know, could be, let's say, extremely submissive and do what it wants, and maybe you'll live. But in my opinion, I'd be more dominant, in my opinion. But anyways, let me get back to my search here, and we'll see where this will lead to. And yes, I know, back to the General Rain Sylves. Of course, wearing a sergal armor, so of course you might as well see here with some parts here would be quite, let's say, easy to fight off easily and whatnot. Then again, there are some other pictures here in the related ones that we could take a look at, but now a bit of the easy ways on how to, let's say, Well, nominate a Sergal, which of course I know some other Sergal friends wouldn't be too happy if I did this, but they're not here, so I might as well do whatever I can. So, the Sergal here that you might have noticed here, they have some big ears. This hair here looks quite interesting. And yes, they have like a mane, which is like horse hair. That goes to the back of the neck. Really, really good, really, really fluffy stuff. But, in this case, there's actually quite a few ways to nominate a Sergal. Because for one, if it wasn't quite obvious, there's some ear scratches right back here would be quite good enough to, let's say, well, to give a good purring for starts, and around up here on the side of the neck, up here under the jaw, a good scratching over here would always work if the Sergal would be friendly enough for that. That is even if you can outsmart a Sergal to pet it over there. What else? Oh yeah, you might as well notice that the Sergal here has quite a bit of some beautiful lips, don't they? In fact, actually, those lips are quite sensitive, I must say. A good kiss the lips, and the Sergal could possibly fall in love with you and whatnot. Now, the thing is, do not slip your tongue inside their lips, because their tongue is obviously way bigger than yours. So there's that that you could be aware of. Of course, as I was saying again, because you can look here under the jaw, it looks a whole lot fluffy and everything, and the saliva as well could be quite poisonous too. We never know. Yeah, this is all. I'm mostly using rain sylphs just for a lot of let's say explanation about it, despite the fact that everyone has their own Sergals and whatnot. I know I might have used a few, but hey, at least if you recognize them, maybe a good shout out to follow them and whatnot. That's always a good thing to do. But yeah, as you can see here, that Sails is without her armor, so you can see the hair, the mane here, quite a whole lot exposed, and I can see it's quite a whole lot fluffy. However, as well, on that other part, if you can get through, you can bypass the fur, which is really soft, and rub their sensitive skin, oh, then they should melt in love, I should say. But yeah, also here's another Rain Sills. You can probably see that she's quite not happy as well. I'd like to see you outsmart that thing, if you even can. But yeah, these are the advantages I can give you over the head and neck. Now, for the body, because yeah, there's quite a, let's say, a lot of dirty pictures and whatnot. I'm trying to avoid them. 1 second. You can see by the watermark over there that this is obviously not, of course, the main village circle and whatnot. Like I said, people can make their own village circles and whatnot. So in this case, as I was saying again about the advantages of a Sergal's body, you could take a look on, let's say, but yeah, you can notice here that this is like a southern Sergal, and they're quite bulkier in some aspects. And the reason why that I said that they can be quite fast and used. You can look here that the hind legs here, they make this forming here, so when you do push their bodies off the ground, they get themselves an extra impulse by the moment they run, so what makes them even a whole lot more faster, I should say. And yeah, by the way, you might as well notice that this one's a little bit blind, because it needs to wear like this glass here. But yeah, I also noticed as well that Sergal's bodies can be quite well, sensitive, but you need to be aware of some things that I can quietly point out on this one. Just say here a bit of a good explanation. Let's see. As you might have noticed, like this Sergal here, he does well, that's great. Anyways, Sergals, they do share their sides here to be quite ticklish. So Maybe you can dominate a Sergal by overly tickling them, but you better have some a good grip, I would say, because they do tend to squirm quite a lot and heavily. What else? Yeah, sometimes let's say scratching the back could be another option too, you know. Scratch fluff and whatnot. Even this little piece of fluff here too, like it could also be another interesting means of getting him or her, let's say, submiss. But I would doubt that female will let you touch their chest for quite a few obvious reasons. But yeah, let's what else we can see here. Oh yeah, also sergals here. Just be careful when they really squirm, and sometimes they tend to throw their paws all around, and the nails here. It's something you should be concerned about. Even though they have 4 fingers on the top paws, and like 3 or 4. Sometimes people could put this here as an extra here, thumb, but who knows? Probably, I don't know. I am thinking mostly 3 about it, but it's just 3 about it. But still, it can be quite, let's say, well, dangerous. You just gotta keep your head on and knowing what you are doing, and then hopefully things should work out quite well. Also, another thing is that there you go, blue Nairis Sergal. Bit of an interesting fella now, isn't he? Now you can see here that this fella here, different than the other one, has like 4 thumbs. Sometimes they also can have five fingers as well too. It really depends on the creator, or not. Sometimes other things as well. And however, sometimes if you can, let's say, it's always a good idea to keep a good eye on the Sergal tail, because if they can give quite a good swoosh on that, despite the fact that it can look soft, but it can be quite a bit of a good punch, I should say. Knock you off your feet. So we could possibly, let's say, start by dominating them by the tail. If you see some advantage on that, or just go on full forward, it depends on what your means may be for that. Now, however, there's also hold on a sec. Now, one thing here that I do have to say about how might I say, the sergals, that sometimes they can really come up. You know, they're like there is, let's say, a bit of a similar species actually, known as the Chimera, or the Synx Chimera. Don't know if there's other variants of the Chimera, but those are the ones that I've known about so far. I mean, they're similar to sergals, but they can be quite nightmarish. I'll guarantee you that. Still haven't. I don't think I'll be able to get that little spot out, will I? Oh, wait, is it coming out? I mean, let's try sideways. No, it doesn't come out. Well, screw it. Anyways, at least I should keep it on for, let's say, accuracy and whatnot. Could be like a means of measurement. But as you were saying about the Synx Chimera, I don't know if there could be any other types of different chimeras, but you know, the Synx Chimera was, let's say, the closest one that I've managed to approach so far. Well, I can't really say that I'm really friends with the Synx Chimera, because Facebook, the only one I met was a pretty much of a bratty child, I would say. Oh well, what can I do, am I right? However, there is something that we can take a look at. Now, will it bring up some nightmarish thing? I don't know, but hey, I might as well just wait, what's this? It's complaining again about storage space. I'll be fucked. But as I was saying again, the Sergal. I mean, no, the Synx Chimera. Let me give myself a little bit of a something here for this first. 1 second. Well, I know what you might be thinking that, oh, you smoke electronic cigarettes, you this and that. I prefer vaping better because, I'm pretty much anti-smoke and whatnot, but still, I don't find vaping as smoking anyways, but that's your opinion and whatnot. Anyways, some point here I will have to say that, despite the fact that even I might be vaping and whatnot, well, even for let's say a certain part of my life at some point, but actually what I recommend you, do not smoke. Even if you call this electronic cigarettes or let's say normal cigarettes, just promise me the best here to avoid them, or the best thing you'll do for your own body, let's say. Anyways, shit, forgot how much smoke this thing here makes. Then get the fuck out of here. Too much of a big puff, I would say. Well, of course. No, get the fuck out of here. Fuck off. Really, fuck off. I just can't keep on making this all the time otherwise. Wait. I thought it was still coming out of it. Guess I might be still seeing things, but anyways, let's get a move on, shall we? Let's take a good look at this thing. Is it a dragon? No, it isn't. It is a female, possibly, but again, a huge misinterpretation that a lot of people make, that they think that chimeras and sergals are the same, but actually they're quite different, to be honest, and especially that chimeras can be quite a bit of a nightmare fuel, I would say. Hold on. I know this might look like sexy as hell, but anyways, I think this could be, let's say, the best picture of a normal chimera that we can get ourselves so far. Well, the cleanest ones, that is. Just keep in mind, this is a chimera, and then the man is kissing a sergal. Can you see the similarities, and can you see the differences? I mean, there's could be quite a lot too, but oh, 1 second. We're not nearly there yet. Oh, we are not. Again, just for a bit of the air freshening for my room here, because I do have to admit, sometimes my room here does smell bad. And I sometimes use it just as perfume. Wait, I might as well. I'm gonna have to turn it off now. I don't want to get into trouble because of it. So for now, I hide it. There we go. It's hidden for now. But yeah, you might as well just kept on looking at Miss Sexy Chimera, Synx Chimera, that is. Now, are you ready to go into some nightmare land? Because it might as well go, and it can be quite mind scarring, I would say. Over here, we might as well just see ourselves a bit of the similarities of what really is a chimera. Oh, believe me, this may look terrifying, I'll admit it, but it's not as nearly as terrifying as what we will get it there yet. So it says here that sometimes a Synx could be a genderless creature, right? we also learned that as well, that sometimes not everyone who is a sergal does really obey well to the laws, that they really go for it. as sometimes they do tend to, let's say, go for, well, their own opinion and whatnot. To be honest, I'll have to admit to you that sometimes these chimeras, they may not always follow their rules in that case. Now we have here, this one I believe is called Synx, as in Chimera Synx. Here we also have Sierra. Same thing as before, like, I don't know why that thing is even there, but ignore that. What I really want you to be concerned about is the body format. And it's not like this way, it's just bent, it just turned itself over the spine, it's hugging itself, its own tail, and you might as well see where this goes. Now, I don't know if I jumped over to what would be considered to be the worst and whatnot, but there's also this one here too. No fuzz. This one seems to be quite hairless. But yeah, you can see that these ones here, they seem to be quite a bit of their own beings, and yeah, wow. Well, now that I've noticed quite how much of a nightmare fuel this is, and if you're even expecting that to be safe about that, think again a few times actually. These guys are a whole lot more smarter than you actually think. They're a lot flexible too. They might even be female or male, depending on whatever your legs may be for these guys. To me, it really doesn't matter. Also here that this was here the better image here that I was able to get of some of the bizarrely things that I could get, I could find. Well, I can see that these guys here, they don't have a proper steady body mass to follow. Like this here. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck it's doing. But you can probably see, you can probably get yourself a good idea of what it could actually mean. Now, again, I know quite a lot about sergals, how to survive and whatnot, but to admit the truth, I don't know much about the chimeras. Despite the fact that I put myself in on my own character, let's say a bit of chimera DNA, and only now that I know what type of DNA I bought off from the black market, I would say. Not to mention as well that the thing is, this fella here too, straight attack.jpg, that's what it says. I would never want to go against these guys. I'd rather be cuddly and whatnot. But yeah. But then again, sometimes don't worry too much. Just don't worry too much about, let's say, too much into the details about a certain character. It has to be 100% officially. No, we've seen as well that says even though the main villa story says that sergals don't have boobs, and what we find? Look at that, a sergal with boobs, or something, or anything of that matter. It's already getting sunlight outside. It's foggy, it's snowy, it's cold even in here too. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, chimeras, sergals. But even though we've seen here that sometimes chimeras here would have little to no, how might I say, gender on it. You can make your own whatever the way you want it to be. You even have, let's say, a proper steady body mass or anything else. It's up to you actually. You make your own character like the way it wants to me. I don't think the war would probably last. Well, going against these guys too much, I would say. Not even one bit, despite the fact of the satanical references, I would say. But if they do seem to be in a normal body state, then that could be quite easily manageable, I would say. What else I can see? Also, another thing that I did notice about the Synx, well, I don't know how their temperament would be for them to become in a very nightmarish form like that, like we've seen. But well, at least we have here Synx as wait a moment, Synx with the name of what the species are. Well, the Chimera type at least. Here we go. Apparently the name of this one is Chimera. Do they follow their own, they have their own, let's say, story to follow? I don't know. But, then again, as long as it cannot be too bothersome for some, then we only time can tell, I would say. Only time can say of what could actually happen. Nevertheless, I should probably stay. Well, remind you guys of another one. I don't know. Wait a moment. Oh, I think I know what this is. Like one of the. You know what? Forget that I said anything. This I've seen this image before, yet I still can't even come up with whatever this plastic tube would be. But yeah, like I said again, the best thing to survive any type of beast over here, it's just not to piss it off. However, here we go. Here we have a good reference. A human, 6 feet tall, normal. The deception of a Synx, like that. So, no, not even close. Not even close. As long as you never piss it off, I would say. But only time will tell to see whatever will happen. Nevertheless, just then again, just stay safe. And hey, only think there's only one way out of this video for now. Wait a moment. There we go. Now it's working. Now, for the time being, let's see. I'm gonna have to, let's see, prepare you a bit of a smoke cloud so you can escape safely outside. Oh. Shit. Oh. Shit. Fuck. There we go. I almost fucked up. I almost fucked up big time. But anyways, as I was saying, well, anyways, at least here we have ourselves here a bit of a bigger difference now. See, well, you can see now the better difference now against the of Sergals and Synx, or Chimeras, I would say. But anyways, yeah, if you want to have to play with Chimeras or Sergals, that's up to you. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. Now, then again, to what I was saying. We're in a little too deep into the territory of these guys. So, in order to one way out, I know how to survive through these guys. So, for you guys, I'll have to work on a bit of magic, so you guys may be able to escape without being even noticed. Wait a moment. Oh, alright. Anyways, for you guys to escape while being unnoticed by these fellas, for now, you will transveil by the cloud of invisibility as well. But anyways, I honestly do hope that, how might I say, you will be able to get out in one piece without a few scratches of any pissed off beings like that. But yeah, Sergals, Synx, and there's also way many others as well. I still haven't gotten a chance to get to know every single one of them. Yet, I doubt that I might be able to at some point, but hey, if you want to go with them, have fun with it, so let me prepare you a cloud of invisibility. So I'll see you guys the next time, and until then. Stay safe.